Yes, you're really welcome to this document. This is the document we are going to look at, and straight away, like we said earlier on, we are going to look at that is referencing and citation using the APA format. We know that APA format is one of the mainly used citation styles that in research and even in report writing, and that is the one we are going to look at today. And we know that APA simply represents or means, or in full means, American Psychological Association. So that is the one we are going to look at. And how do we do that? How do we make citations and make references in a document? So how we do it is basically what you're going to see right away. So how do we do that? We basically come to references. References is on top of the one of the tabs there. References, you click on references. Then after clicking on references, we come to citations and bibliography, and from here there is this section of styles. So from here, styles is already shows it's APA, but assuming it wasn't the APA, would come to the drop down here, and it gives you so many styles here which you're going to select from. But for our case, it's APA the 6th edition, which is the one that is that is the one that is already there. So we leave it at that, and then after confirming that the style is APA, and then we shall now come to insert citations here. We come to this icon of insert citations, but before we click on that, you make sure that your cursor is where exactly you want the citation to be. That is the first thing before you click on the insert citation. So from here in our document, you see we have where there are these dots, and that is where exactly we are going to feed in our citations. So the first one is here, which is after Kampala. So we click there, we make sure that our cursor is there. Then when the cursor is there, we shall now come straight away to insert citation. When you click on insert citations, it gives you this, but assuming there were already others that you had already, it would already show like this ones. But assuming it's a new document and we want to just add a new source, so we shall click on add a new source from here. It gives you your new source there, and then we shall now look at the references, or what we picked from the article, could be from the book or whatever the case might be. Now assuming this is what we are having firstly here, maybe here we have a book. There is a book here. Assuming the first one is the book, so we shall now come, we shall take the details of the book, and then we shall now go back to our document, and we select from here. You make sure that you select a book if it's a book, and then we shall now come and insert the author. Now that we have already seen the document there, we now come and insert the author, and the authors, we have two authors. If it was only one author, we would only type it from here, but if there are more than two, more than one, we shall come to edit. When we click on edit, it will be giving you that box whereby you'll be in position to fill in the names of several authors that we have. So here in that document that I showed you earlier on, we have two authors, the first being Moran Andrew and then Turner James. So those are the authors we have. Now the last name for the first author is Moran, so we can type in there Moran, and then we say the first name is Andrew. Then if there is a middle name, you would put. If it's not there, you just come to add here, click on add. Then we go to the second name, which we are saying is Turner James. Now the last name is Turner, and then we shall come to the first name, which is James. It's James. If there is a middle name, we would put. Otherwise, we click on add. So now the authors are already here, and then when you're done with that, you can just click on OK. When you click on OK, then now you come and fill in other details. We saw from there that the name of the book, or the title of the book, is A Critical Introduction to Sports Psychology. So we can also type in that is a critical introduction Introduction to Sport Psychology. So that is that. Then the year is given there as 2017, and then we have the city. Assuming the city is given, though it wasn't, we can just assume the city is Kampala. And then the publisher is not, the publisher is given as Routledge, and we can also type it there. And then if there are other fields that are meant to be filled in, you can just come to show all bibliography fields, so that we shall have so many of them here. We have the edition. The edition is not given. If the volume is given, you put, but it's not given. And then we go on. All these short titles, standard number are not given, pages are not given. Then the edition is given as a third edition. And then a comment, we don't see any comment there. Year accessed is not given. Month, all those, the URL is not given. The DOI is not given. But if all those ones are given, you fill in. So if you feel like you're done filling in everything that we are meant to fill in, we shall now come and click on OK. When you click on OK, it now brings the citation there. It means now we have cited it as Moran and Turner 2017. So it has already come out automatically. Then we shall now remove these other dots that we had put, and we close that as a full stop. So that is that, and that is a book. Now we have another one here, another dots here. We shall bring our cursor here, and then we shall do the same thing. The other one was a book, and then when you looked at our examples of references here, you realize this one is a journal article. So we are now going to use this journal article for our next citation. So we shall come back to our citation, and then from there we shall now fill in. So we have placed the cursor there, and then we come back to the same thing, that is references. From references we confirm that is APA style, that is there, and then after that we come to insert citation. The one we had already inserted is already here, appearing here. Whenever you insert or whenever you put any citation there, it now compiles from the insert citation icon here. The first we have worked on is already there. Then now we come to add a new source. We are adding a new source. Now this source we are adding a journal article, not a book again. So we shall come to a journal article there, and then based on the example we have just seen, we realize that the authors there, we have around I think around 7 authors there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 authors there, and according to APA guidelines, one of the guidelines we have for APA is that if the authors are more than 5, there is a way APA will now introduce the word that most of you are most of you are familiar with, that is et al. So that is what will happen to this. So we shall see what happens here. So we are saying there are 7 authors. It means we can't fill them from here. We shall just come and fill them from edit. So the first author there we have is Akamu J. Ewukem. So the last name, you should be in position to identify the last name and the first name and the middle names if they are already there. So here we have the last name, though all the names look to be traditional, so we can say let the last name be Akamu, and then the first name, maybe we shall call the first name, or the J, maybe that represents the J, and then we have here the middle name being Ewukem, and then we add, and then we come to, if you want to make adjustments on this, you can still make adjustments on it by, you can edit this. So that is the first name there. Then we can now come to our next name. There is Priesta. We have Priesta Tanasia. We have our T there. Tanasia. And then after we add, then we come to the next name. There is Decia. Then the first name being Williams. Then we add that. Then we go to the next one is Arion. We have Arion there. Arion, we have Arion Baylor. Arion Baylor is there. Baylor, not Billy. I missed out Baylor or Bailey. And then after that we add. Then we have the other one being Shimanga. We have Shimanga. Shimanga, that is Ilunga. And then we have there is now Brittany. Brittany Justice is there. Brittany Justice. We add. Then our last one there is that is Sai. Psyche Danish, and then we add that. So that is the last one, and then when we are done we click on OK. Then now we come and feed in the other things. The title there, assuming that our title is called Foods in Tourism Sector in Uganda. So we have foods in the tourism sector in Uganda. That is that. Then we have a journal name. Journal name being when you look at our document properly, you realize our journal name is Biomaterials and Nanobiotechnology. So we can fill in the journal name there, which is Biomaterials and Nanobiotechnology. Then the year is 2024. Then we can expand this, show all of them. The month, the year, they are not given. The pages, the page numbers are not given. The editor's name is not given. The publisher name is not given. Assuming all these ones have, you fill in them. Then we go to volume is not issued, short title, comment, medium, year accessed, month accessed, day, the URL. Let us see the URL. The URL is not given, but we have we don't have the URL, but we have the DOI. So we come and fill in the DOI, which is we have 10.423 6-JBNB dot 2024 dot 15 304. So those are the details there we have. Then after we are done with those details, we shall now come to we are done. So previously that if there are more than 5, it will introduce et al. So it has already introduced et al. Before us even putting it. Then we now remove these other dots, and that is that. So we are done with our references. Then now the next thing, with our citations, the next thing we are now going to do, will be to insert the references. We shall insert the references automatically. I'm already having my section of references here, so I will now come down here, and still I will go back to references. This time, instead of inserting, I will now come to bibliography, which is here. Then I will click on the drop down. You realize there are around three options there on how you want your references to look like. Mine, I would want them to look like this, the second one. So I'll just click on it, and then it generates. It has already brought it. It has already brought in the references there, and then these are the references. So this is how it will look like. Then you can do your formatting, maybe to make it uniform with the rest. You can go back to Times New Romans, and then maybe you can give it either also 12 or something like that. So that is how you insert the citations and also generate the references from the citations you have made. So that is that, and this is how your work looks like, and that is a plus to you in your research work or report writing. Now these are the citations we have. Maybe I can highlight them so that you see them properly, and when you point at them, there is a way they are different. When you put a cursor in them, there is a way it shows that it's automated. So that is that with the citations and referencing, and I'm glad that you have looked at this and you've learned something. So nothing else to say but say thank you for listening, and keep following DoubleClick Academy. Thank you.